What is up, everyone? Back again with another video today. It's the Friday Night Knicks again, and the last time, basically, if you're new to this series, it's just Friday nights. It's me sitting here talking about the New York Knicks and how good or bad mainly we've been. The last Friday I came on and I said if we won one out of the 3 games against Golden State, because I recorded on Thursday night, tonight's Thursday night as well. If we had won one game out of Golden State, Sacramento and Portland, because we played them between Thursday and Sunday, I'd be happy, and possible of 2 or 3. I thought we'd beat the Sacramento Kings. They had the worst defense in the league. We had the best defense in the league. We were playing decent basketball, and we did win 1 of 3. So if you had offered to me then, I would have been happy. But when you told me that we had beaten Golden State on a Thursday night, blew them out as well, talking about Draymond Green being ejected or not, we still blew them out. Then we went out to Sacramento and we played probably one of the worst basketball games all season against Sacramento Kings. If you watched it, you know what I mean. We were in this together. It was terrible. And then we went to Portland on the Sunday and we were being blown out. I think we were down by 24-25 at the halftime. And then we pulled it back to a 3-point game. And anyone who watched the game will know what I'm talking about here with that call at the end of the officials. So obviously I was happy at 1 of 3, but when you put it down like this, I'm kind of thinking we could have won all 3 or even 2 of 3, because we were down by 25 at the half. We got it back to a 3-point game. Emmanuel quickly hit 3 free throws with about 10 seconds left on the clock. And as he hits the 3rd free throw, Julius Randle goes to go with the rebound, and Covington's on his left, and Enes Kanter's on his right. Enes Kanter is holding Julius Randle's right arm, so his left arm's like hooked around underneath Julius Randle's right arm. So Randle goes to run forward and he's pulled back like this, so he's kind of rotating his body because of Kanter pulling him. He then hits Covington in the face, and it's called as a flagrant 1, was what it's called for. So that's 1 free throw and then possession again, so we would have had to foul again. They would have got 3 free throws basically. So that was the call. We challenged it. Now, we challenged it and the referee said no, it's not a flagrant, but it's shooting foul. It wasn't shooting foul, but it was a personal foul. But we were in the penalty, so they went to the free throw line and they hit both and they ended up winning the game. After the game, an official then tells Julius Randle that it actually was a flagrant on him. So it would have been the 1 free throw, and then we would have had possession. So we had I think it was 10 seconds left on the clock. I don't know what it was. It was a decent amount of time to get the ball inbound and then make a shot. So it was a 3-point game at the time. We would have got 1 free throw and we could have inbounded the ball. We could have hit 3. It's the Knicks, we probably wouldn't have. We probably would have missed that shot. But the fact that you're saying that we could have actually had a chance to do it is what was annoying. And then we played Utah on Tuesday, another one where we're up by 15 at the half, and then we lose by 15. And like to put it, and if you've seen the game, you've seen Austin Rivers hit. He was 10 for 10 to 12 minutes and had 25 points. And the second half he was 0 for 4, didn't have a single point. That really just summed us up. It's just been one of them weeks where there's positives based on the performance, and you're thinking like, we're not going to make a run for conference finals or anything this year, so it doesn't really matter too much. And the progress there, so you're happy with that. It's a young team, and those are the games next year that you'd be thinking we're going to win because of the progress we're making. But it's the fact that we could have actually won them right now. Because people might, I understand people's thinking where it's not like other sports where if you just make the, I follow football as well. If you finish in the top 4, you get you go into the Champions League, or it's a good thing and it shows progress or whatever. Basketball isn't like that because you don't keep players the same way. You don't have the same roster every year. Things change a lot. And if you finish lower down, sometimes it's actually better because you get a better pick in the draft. Seen that with Golden State, who got James Wiseman and stuff like that. So good teams are getting better by finishing lower in a bad year. So you could say in a way, if the Knicks didn't make the playoffs, it wouldn't be that bad of a thing. So we've better pick in the draft next year, get the young core going, add another player in, we just keep progressing. But for the Knicks, it isn't exactly like that this year, because we need to make the playoffs become respectable again. And that's not even just a pride thing where we just want to say, oh yeah, we're in the playoffs. Of course that's part of it. We want to be in the playoffs. I want to see my Knicks play in a 7-game series against the Brooklyn Nets, Milwaukee Bucks, someone like that, and just see what happens. But also, we're entering a free agency we're entering free agency next year with 70 million in cap space, and if people like, I don't know who's in free agency next year exactly, but I know there's a good group of players. Sorry. So if we're going in with 70 million, that's enough for 2 All-Stars to add to this team. And if you keep RJ and Randall there, and you have like Mitchell Robinson, Emmanuel Quickly, and all them, if you add 2 All-Stars to that team, that's a good playoff team. Especially because them lads are going to progress, and then Tibbs with his defence and all. So it is really important to make the playoffs to get that respect back, because them All-Stars aren't going to want to come here if we're playing like this. Like, if we're missing out in playoffs again and we're a joke for franchise, players aren't going to come here. They don't respect us. If players see us in the playoff, that looked really weird when I flicked that back, didn't it? If players see us in the playoff, they're thinking, okay, I want to go there. You know, the New York Knicks is probably one of the biggest franchises in the NBA, and if you're a player looking to make a name for yourself, you might see the Knicks make the playoffs, get knocked out in the first round, and you might think to yourself, if I go there and win them something, get them to the Eastern Conference Championship, or get them to the Eastern Conference Final, something along those lines, you are then putting yourself on the map to go and get a Supermax contract with the Knicks, or whoever. Because people are going to be looking at this guy going, he brought the Knicks to there, he brought a bad Knicks team to there, and he brought basketball back to New York. So I think we're an ideal destination for someone who's kind of looking to make a comeback, make a name for himself, someone who comes to mind, and not just because it's the Knicks and all, because if he's not happy where he is right now, is Bradley Beal. I'm not 100% sure if he's in free agency right now. I will have a look after this, because now I'm getting excited thinking about it. But even a trade for him, people like Ntilikina, and we've got a load of future round, draft picks, like second round draft picks we don't need. We got loads in before this season, for like taking players on with loads of cap space, and we were taking on second round draft picks as well. Just toss over a load of them. People like Ntilikina, Kevin Knox, Dennis Smith Jr., people like that, offload them, go get Bradley Beal. If he's not in free agency, if he's in free agency, give him whatever he wants. Because that guy can score the basketball, and if you pair him up with people with like the likes of Alec Burks, RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, all these guys, you're looking at a respectable playoff team then, and especially if you're adding another All-Star along with that in the free agency. So it is exciting times for the Knicks. We're making better decisions, but them inconsistencies are there because it's a young team, so obviously there's going to be inconsistencies, but like the last week has kind of summed up the New York Knicks. You know, we go out and we beat Golden State. The next night we're terrible against Sacramento. The 2 nights later, Portland, we're down by loads, but we have that fight to come back. Utah, we go up by not loads, but 15, and then we lose it. So it's been a tricky couple of weeks for the Knicks. We had that 5-game winning streak at the start. Obviously, since then it's kind of died down, but I'm happy enough for it anyways. For the week coming up, we've got Cleveland. It'll be the video. This video's going out Friday night, obviously, so it'll be tonight. And we've got Clippers on Sunday without Kawhi and Paul George. From them 2 games, the fact that 2 of them are out and it's in Madison. It is in Madison Square Garden, I think. I believe it is. But no matter where it is, we should be looking at 2 wins there, and that puts us at 10 and 11. And then we're looking like a playoff team again. I'm not 100% sure what our schedule is for next week. The rest of the week apart from them 2. But I think the Knicks should really be looking at these 2 games and saying, just win these 2, go into next week fresh, go and just get a little bit of a run going and see what we can do with it. But there's no reason the New York Knicks cannot beat Cleveland and Kawhi and Paul George-less LA Clippers. But I'm saying that now, but then I come on next Friday and I'll be giving out that we threw away stupid leads and we couldn't even beat a team without their best players and blah blah and all that. So, but yeah, the Knicks are looking decent. There's positive signs, but not executing it perfectly yet. So yeah, that's about it. I'll be back next Friday talking about the Knicks. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up button, subscribe, anything, all support is appreciated. Thank you.